Good morning, everyone. I'm Candace Thompson, principal here at Port Perry High School, and it's my privilege to welcome you to this morning's important funding announcement by the Ontario government. We are honored to have been selected by the Ministry of Education for today's announcement. It is now my privilege to introduce Township of Scugog trustee Carolyn Morton to bring greetings from the board.
Thank you, Principal Thompson, and thank you for being such a gracious host this morning. Welcome to Scugog, everyone. Welcome to Port Perry High School. It is my honor to bring greetings from the Durham District School Board. We are all very proud of our students, of our staff, and our administrators at this school. Everyone is devoted to ensuring that our educational journey is successful, offering many opportunities for learning and growing. It is now my pleasure to introduce Superintendent of our board, Family of Schools, Martine Robinson.
Thank you, Trustee Morton. I would also like to thank Mark Aldred and his grade 11 and 12 students in the Hospitality and Tourism Specialist High School's major class. It was really fantastic to see that learning in action. It was also great to talk to the students and listen to the ways that they're going to integrate that learning into their future paths. I've been asked now to introduce our very special guest. It is my pleasure to introduce Mr. Granville Anderson, Parliamentary Assistant to the Minister of Education. Welcome.
Bonjour. I am so honored to be here this morning. You know, I came in, I am looking for the kids, though. Where are they? Yeah, so thank you, Superintendent Martin, Miss Rock. Did I say Martin? Yes. Did I pronounce that right? Okay, so you're superintendent for family of schools. How many schools are in that family?
I'm really fortunate. I have 24 schools.
Oh, okay. You have the largest amount, or no?
No, it's pretty even.
Okay. All right. I am so honored to be here to speak to you today. So let me first begin by acknowledging that Port Perry is located on the traditional territory of Indigenous peoples dating back countless generations. We show respect for their contributions and we recognize the role of treaty making in what is now Ontario. Hundreds of years after the first treaties were signed, they're still very relevant today, and that's so true. And you're wearing orange actually to signify the end of a very dark period in our history. And kids, believe it or not, when I tour up north, they're still suffering the consequences of what happened. That's unfortunate. So I'm pleased to be here today alongside Principal Thompson, Vice Principal Julie McKenzie, and Principal Andrew Carnevale. Is that correct? Yeah, so it's good. And being here, I'm right at home. I was a Farmers trustee myself. I did that for 11 years, and you know what? I miss it sometimes because I like the interaction with kids, and that's always something, the empowerment and the improvement of kids, and watch them grow and watch them grow up to be successful young men and women. It's always a pleasure to do that. So when I go into schools, I go to grade 5 or grade 10 civics class. They'll ask me, what's your favorite thing to do? And I said, I'm doing it right now, visiting you all in the school. So I am honored to be here, and I'm thrilled to be here. And I get invited into schools. On Fridays, I try to go to a school like every Friday, and it gets you away from all what's happening. You're now into reality from what is happening downtown. Not that we do good work too, but I think the work is done right here. So I appreciate all the work the trustees does, and the administration and the teachers and the support staff. I can never thank you enough for the work you do day in and day out, and I know it's trying and sometimes it's difficult. So thank you for doing that. And of course, the school councils as well. They do play a vital role. And I guess this grant is for the school council to continue some of their great work. Because I started out on school council, believe it or not, for a couple of years before I ran for trustee. So I have done almost the whole spectrum, so I know what it's like. All right, so I want to thank everyone for joining me here today as we announce our commitment to student success and parent engagement. Research continues to show positive link between parent engagement and student achievement and well-being. And having said that, this is a segue. A couple of days ago, I was with Big Brothers Big Sisters, and it came up about research show that you should spend at least an hour of quality time with students, and parents are unable to do that, or a lot of student doesn't get that, and that does help student well-being. So Big Brothers and Sisters, they fill the void, but I don't know if they do that in this school, but they do that in a number of schools where they spend an hour trying to make up some of that lost interaction with our students. So I thank them for doing that. And I wish we didn't need as much of that, but in today's world we do, given work, a schedule of parents, etc. So that's something maybe we should look at and try to do something about so families can spend more time with it, because it's important to have family time. So it's always good. Okay, so the greater the support that families provide for their children learning and the educational progress, the more likely their children will do in school and continue in their education. A few weeks ago, we announced a $49 million investment to support student and staff well-being for programs like mental health assist. We know that when students feel safe and accepted, they do better in school. They are better able to learn and succeed. And we also announced a refresh of Ontario curriculum from grade 1 to grade 12. That we place transferable skills at the center of teaching and learning, and create space for teachers to pursue deeper learning in classrooms. Part of this refresh includes looking at students' assessment and reporting, particularly how parents learn about their children's progress. Finally, we announced Ontario's Education Equity Action Plan. With this plan, we are committed to working together with our education partners to identify and remove systemic barriers and biases, and continue to take steps to better integrate equity and well-being internally in our schools. For the 2017-2018 school year, we are pleased to announce our government investment of $3.7 million through our Parent Research Out PRO acronym grants. This year is in every one of our 72 school boards. A pro-grant fund has been awarded through a school council or regional provincial application, and approximately half of the school councils in Ontario are receiving funding through our program. So this is one of those schools. I don't know how many in your boards have received funding. Or
Last year we had 87 of our schools receive and follow through with successful pro-grant opportunities.
Okay, so that's one, and I'm sure you put that to great use. Our government has awarded more than 22,000 pro-grants to school councils and over 900 regional provincial grants with a total investment of more than $34.7 million. I can say that we remain unequivocally about providing this support. It constitutes an important part of the vision we hold dear, and I do as well. So, and I mean that. Our enhancement engagement among school students, families, and communities. We remain committed to this vision because the evidence also demonstrates that there are subpopulations of parents that continue to experience barriers, preventing them from participating in their children's education. That is why the projects we are funding are also providing support that will enable parents, including Indigenous newcomers and racialized parents, to overcome these barriers, because we want all parents, regardless of background or socioeconomics, to have equal access to the tools they need to support their children throughout their education. These grants also provide community organizations with the opportunity to collaborate with school boards. Our projects aimed at engaging parents from a diversity of backgrounds. By leveraging the expertise of community organizations, we strengthen our ability to reach a greater number of parents and further build all of our communities. The evidence also continues to show us that support in key areas such as mental health and equity are central to achieving student well-being and success, which is why our funding efforts are also focused within these key areas. In addition, this year's funding provides support to a rich and diverse range of parents-led projects, such as workshop for newcomer parents to learn more about Ontario's educational system, information session for students and their parents, and create a range of opportunities for post-secondary education and the different educational and career paths that exist. And we saw some of that earlier. Today, it's not only, it's good post-secondary, it's good to be lawyers and doctors, but it's also good, and sometimes it's more lucrative to be a plumber or a chef. You make a lot of money doing that. An electrician makes in excess of $100 per hour in a lot of cases. So we got to create those opportunities through our specialist high skill majors program, and you have a few of those right here in this school. So that's good. Parent support for their children's mathematics learning, family arts nights, to provide parents with information on the arts curriculum and programs offered in school boards. The importance of the arts in fostering student well-being, projects that will support Indigenous culture and teachings, and help to create safe space for learning and well-being. These are just a few of the impactful projects funded this year to support learning at home and at school all across our great province. We continue to witness so many positive examples of what's happening when we nurture genuine partnerships and collaboration between parents and school communities. We see improved student outcomes, reduce absenteeism, provide student behavior, and increase confidence among parents in their children's schooling. Engaged parents means engaged families and engaged communities, and increased engagement means more capacity to find solutions that can lead to meaningful changes within our system. It means a greater number of families will have the ability to make well-informed decisions regarding their children's education. Programs support the goals of our renewed vision for education, which is our commitment that students today have the tools they need to become active citizens and leaders in tomorrow's world and economy. Ontario's education system is preparing Ontario students for success. And with the help of school councils and parents' involvement committees and our community partners, we are actively working to involve more parents in their children's learning. I know that we can succeed in increasing success and well-being for all Ontario students. I want to take this opportunity to congratulate our program recipients and to encourage everyone to follow their example of helping more parents get involved in our children's education. And again, I thank you for all you do for education. And our education system, it's one of the best systems in the world. As a matter of fact, a few weeks ago, a senator from Maryland came up and I met with him and I said to him, "Why did you come to Ontario?" And he said the choices were, I either come to Thailand, the Netherlands, or Ontario. So I said, why Ontario? He said Ontario was closer. And he said these are three of the best education systems in the world. I was very proud of that. So he came and he wanted I spent an hour with him over dinner, and he drank a lot too. And so we talked, and I believe the following day he visited some schools in the GTA and to see what we are doing right in Ontario. So he was looking at some of the high skills major programs that were offered in our schools. So we're doing well, and because of Ontario, which is probably 40-something% of all of Canada's school system, and so we're moved. I think Canada is ranked number 5 in the world now, and a lot of it's because of Ontario. So we have a lot to be proud of. You all have a lot to be proud of. So I thank you for the work you do, and there's always room for improvement. We want to be number 1, so hopefully we'll get there. So again, I would like to thank you for the opportunity for having me here this morning. And thank you again, Mercy Miigwech, and have a great day.